Today we're at Fort Worth Auto Detail in Fort Worth, Texas. We're meeting with Austin Pruitt, and we're getting here at the end of the day. Sylvie and I have done a training here the last 2 days, and we're going to go through the shop, see what they've done. Beautiful shop. So come inside, let's go have a look. Let's go inside. Austin, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Excellent.
Good to see you.
Likewise. Austin Pruitt, the owner of Fort Worth Auto Detail. And he normally doesn't sit behind the desk. The desk guy took the afternoon off a little early. Shout out to Sneed. Anyways, this is his lobby. Now, a few things I find very interesting in your lobby. First of all, that wall.
Yes, our giant wall of reviews.
That is spectacular.
Yes, so we purposely placed it there because the way the door opens, you have to step in right there. So that's one of the very first things that the client sees.
Yeah.
And it's always expanding, so.
Good. So we left room for expansion.
Yes.
Obviously you install PPF, tint, and also the colored PPF.
Yep, so SunTech is our film installer. We're certified with a couple different colored PPF. Obviously we have the NanoLink there, and then we also do ceramic coatings as well.
Excellent. So nice showroom. You've got, no, we are in Texas, so there's a cow pelt down there.
Yes.
TV, comfortable, relatively comfortable sofa, enough for about an hour. After that, you don't want them here anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Certifications, always nice to show off to customers.
Yep.
Restroom that we won't go into.
Beautiful throne room.
Yeah, and then the shop itself.
Yes.
So beautiful shop. Square footage.
Just under 5,000.
Just under 5,000?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, excellent. We'll just go around the shop in a circle and then we'll circle back and give tips and tricks.
Great.
Here, what do you call this section?
So this is going to be our detailing section. So that's interior, exterior, paint correction, ceramic coatings.
Okay. And in here, you've got a compressor.
Yep.
Polishers, polish racks, bottle racks.
Yep.
Over here, you've got all the interior lights. Great
Yep.
thing to have. So even with these light tunnels, you still don't have enough light for interiors.
Those are if we need to put it out in the middle.
Okay, out in the middle. So
Typically, if they're in here, that's all we're using.
okay, so the light tunnels are enough.
Yes.
Good thing. You've got a cart behind the door. Seems
Yep.
to have brushes. So that's more of an interior pet hair removal cart.
Yep. Brushes, a few random tools here and there.
Yep. As we go around, this vehicle has been coated and ready for front end PPF.
Yep.
Towels, vacuum cleaner, the break room for the employees. So a nice open concept.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is also a ping pong and a pool table as well.
Does it ever get used?
Probably not, no, because we're generally too busy doing cars.
Okay,
But-
that's a good thing. Okay, your office is in there.
Yep.
Chemical storage and towel storage.
Yep.
In here with a bit of overstock on the top.
Yes.
The pile here is actually mine. We just finished the training here, so that's going back in the bus, so don't worry about that. So exclude this stuff here. A few things that I find very important to have in a shop here. The washer dryer.
Game changer.
Yeah. So
For me and for my wife.
right.
that
She
we
was the
don't-
one.
That we don't have to take towels home and wash.
Okay,
So,
excellent. And the floor cleaning machine.
yes.
So with a shop this size, a floor cleaning machine just makes a lot of sense. I was here when the employees were here. I saw the machine go by 3 times today. So when they have a couple minutes,
Good.
they're just going by, cleaning the floor. It's a lot more presentable for customers, etc.
Yep.
So you have one door in, one door out. This is the only one.
Yep. Correct.
So do you find that's a bottleneck at some times?
Not at this point. It is a concern for the future,
Okay.
but as of this point, we feel okay about it.
Okay.
But at least we have a drain
Yes.
that we custom put in, so we can do everything indoors.
Yeah. And the drain, actually, the water goes to the drain, unlike my shop sort of. So you've got the stands everywhere, buckets,
Yep.
doing great. Now over here, a few interesting things.
Yes.
4 jacks.
Yes.
They are used other than to hang drying towels.
Yes. For wheels off.
Okay, so you lift it on the jacks. You don't put jack stands.
Well, yeah. So we have a car lift over here in our PPF section.
Yep.
But again, primarily that's being used for PPF. So if somebody wants wheels off, we're primarily going to default to those.
Okay, excellent. A beautiful compressor
Yes.
that is related to a dry ice machine that I saw somewhere.
Right over there.
It's over there? Okay.
Yep.
So dry ice energy,
Mhm.
what got you interested in that? Why have that?
That was mainly being unique.
Okay.
So when we moved into this facility, obviously we put a lot of money into it. We have pretty much more reviews than anybody in the area. We have some of the most experienced guys than anybody in the area. And dry ice is another thing that nobody has around. So it's
Okay.
just another unique that we can stack on top to just kind of present ourselves.
And what are your primary uses for it? Because since you don't have a 4-post lift, you're not doing chassis.
No.
Yeah.
No, maybe at some point very down the road. But right now it's engine. It's, again, we'll take the wheels off, wheel wells, things like that. Maybe an interior, but primarily I would say you're looking at engine and rims, things like
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Excellent. Good choices.
Yes.
Yeah. This is their PPF section, and we're going to leave this one alone. This is a detailing channel, but they do use SunTech. One thing I found was having 3 bays for PPF might be a little excessive, but you use 1 bay more as a car storage. Car is done, it's raining outside, you don't want to put it outside.
Yes, and the hope with this is we just moved into this facility 5 months ago, 5,
Okay.
6 months ago, and the hope when we moved in here was to grow into this space.
Yeah,
So I still feel like we have room to grow. So eventually, yes, I would love to have
3 PPF installers.
3 PPF going. Right now, yes, it's primarily just 1.
Okay,
So
and you got a scissor lift under the truck there.
Yep.
And then the rest, the way it is. I like the nice big cutout table and the big pieces of glass on the wall for laying out. That's great.
yes, those we had to custom order because nobody would do a piece of glass that size.
Right.
So we had to custom order it. Somebody came in and installed it. They turned out great, but yeah, that was another thing that was very unique.
Yeah, they're what, 6 by 10?
Potentially, gosh, I don't even remember the size at this point.
Yeah, it looks at least 6 feet
Yeah.
tall, and then yeah. From there, big open space. From what I've seen from the training here, primarily they're doing interiors here.
Yep.
So now, things I would improve in this shop. So little things, not much. Actually, he's done a great job. First of all, one thing to note as well, there's FRP on all the walls. So fiber reinforced
Yes,
plastic.
We did that.
That's what you have. The white does a great job, easy to clean, easy to maintain. You'll notice how clean the shop is. That's a great thing. They've only been here 5 months, but how long were you in your previous shop?
Almost 3 years.
And what size was that shop?
1,800 square feet.
So you almost tripled your square footage.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Above the FRP, I would paint white.
Okay.
So you're going to get more reflectivity from your lights. Your lighting is going to improve because of that. And also the visual aspect when a customer comes in the shop, it's this big white room. It's more impressive than that.
Yes.
But that's the way the building came to you, and
Beautiful
that takes
beige
time.
color.
Yeah, beige fire rated drywall. Over here, the washer dryer area, you basically have no other choice here. The floor drain you guys put in, it uses a sump pump, so it's not actually connected to the drain system.
Right.
Below ground, it's a very easy way of doing it. So good job there. The pressure washer, so they have inherently low TDS, but they still put it through the CR spotless systems, so they have 0 TDS at all times.
Yep.
And how long does a set of resin last you?
Typically about 3 to 4 months.
Okay, so that's great. So you may have a TDS of 20 here if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. One little change I would do here, the pressure washer reel should always be under the pressure washer. Basically what happens, and I've seen it here this week and I've seen it in other shops as well, is once you're done using the pressure washer, this can drain back into the pressure washer, causing leaks, and it looks like it's leaking, it's dripping. Put the pressure washer higher. Just a little aside there. Other than that, you got your foam cannons for now. Anyways,
For now, we'll be changing.
Yeah. So foam cannons, wheel brushes, all that. Your buckets are not on wheels.
Yes.
Buckets on wheels save you a lot of time.
Yep.
And save your employees a lot of steps instead of walking back and forth to the bucket. Once each employee trains their bucket to follow them, life is going to be good. If we look over here, you've got that mezzanine there.
Yep.
This one corner is accessible from outside. It's probably the power for the whole building that's there.
Yeah.
Or the water.
Yeah. It's
some form of utility.
Water and power. Yeah.
Okay. So you've lost a bit of square footage there.
Yep.
Inconvenient, but it is what it is. When we look, this wide open space makes it easy to move vehicles around, easy to jockey them, things like that. So that's a good thing. So no changes there. The cabinets, you have way too many of them. And this is a common thing with detailers. It's having all these cabinets.
Yes.
One thing we identified is you need to reduce your chemical inventory.
Yes.
Because you do have a lot of chemical inventory here. So, which is a good thing. You never run out of products.
Right.
But at the same time, you have overlap of products. And you're still finding your way in terms of, okay, I want to use this product for this. I want to use this product for that. So you have multiples. Once you find your way, pick one, run with it, enjoy it.
Yep.
The film is all stored under the cut table, which is a nice thing made out of 80/20 aluminum and nice and flat. So
I would like that a little bit more organized, but yes.
Yeah.
It's good storage.
He's a PPF guy. What can I say? Now, what are those tubes on the ground over there?
That's a great question. I don't think we've touched on this.
No.
Those were given to us for free, and the original thought was to place them in between these lights.
Okay.
Because they are 16 feet, which is the exact length of these box lights.
Yeah.
We ran into some electrical issues, so we might not be doing that, but they were free, and they have now since sat there.
So basically, free never has value. You see how much he values them. Had he paid for them, they'd be up already. But they were free, so he doesn't use them. The other thing is the scaffolding. That's actually a very good thing to have around.
Yep.
If you're doing larger trucks, things like that, you can really adjust it. So the little ladders do a good job, the platforms, but scaffolding, we use them in our shop a lot as well.
Yep.
The ladder just leaning up against the wall, that is something that I would change.
Yep.
Have it either tied to the wall or on hooks.
Yep.
That way it can't fall down. And that one's an adjustable height ladder. It could actually be brought down a little bit too to mitigate that possibility.
Certainly.
Your office is your office. We won't go in there. But it's actually clean. No need to worry.
Yeah.
So you've got a list of what needs to be done, which is great. And if you need something to do in the shop, well, you can refill chemicals, check inventory, take trash out, fold the towels, clean bathrooms, and stock the fridge. All great things. Double check inside painted wheel wells. I guess that's been a problem in the past.
That has been a problem.
So it's reminded by everyone here, things that they need, wheel brushes, etc., and the order of the car is being done today.
Yep.
This is spectacular except for one thing. So these are all the SDS sheets of all the products they use in here. If I need to get that SDS sheet or read it, it's a little far away. So maybe move this down slightly. Yeah, you can't reach it either.
No.
And your employees should be able to read it.
Yes.
So little things. The other thing you can do is put them in a binder, have the binder hanging from the wall. One other thing I suggest is have an electronic form of all these SDS sheets, send them to all the employees. They have it in a file ready to go should they need it.
Yeah.
So if they get home at night and they're getting an allergic reaction to what they did in the day,
Yeah.
They have all the SDS. What did I use today? Here's all the SDS sheets.
Smart.
So from here, we have the break room, a necessary thing.
Yeah.
Employees, one thing that I really love about Austin, you'll notice most of the employers are gone except for the PPF guy. The reason for that is they start at 8, they're out of here at 5. And there's no such thing as overtime. They're not working weekends.
Nope.
And same for yourself.
Yep.
He's looking at his clock. I got to be going soon. But yeah, he picks the kids up from school. No, you drop them off.
I
your
drop
wife
them
picks
off.
Yeah.
Yes.
So family life is an important part of business life. Mm-hmm. You need to have that separation between family and business. Of course, at home, you're thinking about it, but at least you're at home.
Yes.
And when the kids need you, you're there.
Exactly.
This is something that is interesting, but most states require a business to put that up on the wall. That's all the legalities about being an employee. The couch, hopefully nobody stays here and sleeps, other than the PPF guy. But shout out to Darren. Darren the other day stayed here till 4 a.m. So,
yes.
But
we got it done.
Yeah, he got it done. And it was his own doing. He also showed up at 11 o'clock in the morning.
That's true.
2 mornings I've been here, he showed up at 11 a.m. So
that's true.
If he stays till 4, it's his own thing. Snacks are actually provided by the business.
Yes.
So are drinks.
Yep.
None of them healthy, but they're snacks anyways.
The employees pick them, and they eat like 5-year-olds.
Okay.
So, yes.
Good. Okay. They're happy. You're happy.
They're happy.
There's carts around, and carts seem to have a specific purpose, but somewhat.
That might be generous.
Yeah.
Specific purpose.
So what I would suggest with carts is have one tailored to each employee. Each employee has their own cart.
Yep.
They maintain the cart. They know what's on the cart. And if you see one cart a lot messier than the other ones, then you also know what employee is leaving the mess around the floor.
Right.
So that's something that can be improved upon for your efficiency.
Yep.
The light tunnels are great. I would space them 2 feet away from the wall, but they have one thing that for me is a bit of a hindrance. Yep. If I'm in here cleaning an interior and the car locked itself, keys right there. Yeah.
Keys are right there with our work order.
There we go. So if the doors are open, it makes it difficult to move around the vehicle because I have to step over here, and I can see that this has been knocked out by someone before.
Yep.
So this little...
Especially add a vacuum to that process.
Right. So the light tunnels, if they were 3 or 4 feet wider, would be a lot more practical.
Yep.
Also move them, like I noticed the 2 back ones are not on. There's a backstory to that, and we'll show you that backstory. Come here. So the employees are gone, but your steamer's still on.
What?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. So
turned off.
And this is a dehumidifier?
That is a air filter.
Air filter? Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Probably to get rid of dust in the air from polishing.
Correct.
Okay.
And PPF has one as well.
Yeah, okay. Notice this here. This is the control for the light system, and it caught on fire. So not a good thing. So the electrician has a bit of work to do. But if they have them all on, this overheats and catches on fire.
Has the potential.
Potential to.
To.
Yeah. And it's proven that potential.
Yes.
The outdoor-facing windows are great. They're a mirror tint on the outside, so customers don't see in. Yep. But it lets a lot of natural light in, which is nice. The employees can actually see outside.
Yes.
The 2 light tunnels, like I said, if they were a little taller, a little wider, they would be a little more practical in terms of getting around the vehicles.
You want them taller as well?
I've seen some of the trucks that come in here.
Okay, that's fair. It is Texas.
Yeah, it is Texas. So I've been here 2 days. F-350s, F-250s are the most popular vehicle in this shop that I've seen.
Yep.
Yeah, again, steamer is on. So.
Yep, it is. I see that.
Now, another thing I would change, you have that beautiful rotary screw compressor over there that hasn't been turned on this week, but this one's been on all the time.
Yes.
Not a good thing. Now, I turned it down. They had the input and the output at the same pressure, which was 150 PSI. Most air tools are designed to work at 90 PSI. So I put the output down at 90 PSI.
Yep.
By having it down at 90 PSI, what that does is you actually use less air. Because if you're pushing out 150 psi at 5 CFM, 90 psi at 5 CFM gives you more cubic feet of air to work with.
Yep.
Polishers are all nicely on the walls, so is the polish.
Yep.
All these chemicals. There's duplicates here, there's triplicates in some cases. They're somewhat labeled. Some labels are a little worn. I prefer to use the original bottles from the manufacturer if you can. So if those are available to you, use the original bottles. That way, they should have the legal information on them as as far as the WMIS information.
Yeah.
So like this,
That's Pearl.
Okay, but the WMIS information was not filled out.
Right.
So it's nice that you have the name there, but also having having all these symbols that you need put on. So the same one that's on the bottle, you need to transfer it to here. So again, if the employees do have a problem, they know what's happening.
So buy like a 16-ounce bottle.
Yeah.
And then so we buy in bulk.
Yeah.
So just
get the
but
16.
your 16-ounce bottle becomes then your fill bottle.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So occasionally buy a 16-ounce when you're buying gallons and move it from there. The other thing, the parking lot out front, you've got a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Same on the side. I noticed that when customers drop their vehicles off, they of course come to the front door. One of the things that we did in our shops that I suggest as well is as soon as the customer leaves, that car gets taken to the side.
Yep.
And only clean cars are out front. So when someone comes to pick up their car, all they see is a clean car.
Yeah.
All they see is clean cars. And the more clean cars you have, the better. If your employee happens to be driving a clean car, they can park out front. If it's dirty, they can park on the side. That way, it increases the impression of volume to the customer. It's like, oh, there's 5 clean cars to be picked up. So if there's a clean car, put out front.
Yeah.
If an employee car is clean, they can park out front, but not in front of the door, at least, as far to the side as possible.
Yeah.
But at least it's in front of the building. It's nice and clean.
Yep.
So, any questions on your part?
No.
No?
This has been great. We have a lot of work to do.
Yes.
So, but now we know.
Yeah. The epoxy floor, how's that holding up for you?
Great so far. There
Yeah.
are a few stains here and there on it.
Yeah.
But as far as maintenance goes and just overall appearance, it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
So.
And the little Zamboni, good investment.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's great, and
Yeah.
it's so easy. It's just battery powered. You don't even really have to hold it. You just kind of goes on its own.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's 100% recommend.
If I had a shop this size, my dream would be the ones that you see at Walmart. That they have a seat. Someone could drive them, but they just autonomously go around. Those are great.
Yes. We have not made it to that point yet.
Yeah. No,
maybe one day.
It'll come. You have air conditioning in the shop, which is great.
Yes.
That is you invested in putting the AC in.
Yeah, we had to do that.
Right. That is going to be a great investment in terms of ROI, because in the hot Texas summer, it's going to be, the employees will want to come to work if they don't have air conditioning at home. Second thing is productivity goes up dramatically.
Yeah.
You're using Orbis X as your CRM.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And you have a work order system. We saw the work order on the Volvo.
Mm-hmm.
The cars for the day are all mostly gone. From there, they also have racks by the door for keys and the work orders. And they're in a nice clear envelope. The employees can see what needs to be done. The key is in there. And they don't need to, if it's most cars today, you don't need the physical key to open the door or turn the cylinder. So it's a great way of doing that. Builds a lot of safety and confidence for the employees as well.
Yep. The work order has what's being done to the vehicle, if there's any special notes, and then also attached to the back is our checklist to run through our standard operating procedures.
For that particular
what's being
service.
done for that service.
Okay,
yes.
Good. So from the front end guy, Steven Sneed, doesn't need to communicate to the employee, okay, well, this one we need to do this. It's all on the work order.
It should be on the work order.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. Your employees are on a commission basis?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. If you're thinking of going commission or hourly for your employees, go commission. Everyone wins in the end. They're going to increase their efficiency. You're going to pay them more. So you're going to look at it and go, my employee's making $50 an hour? That is a great thing, because if they're making $50 an hour, that means they're producing probably twice as much as they were producing before.
Yeah.
And they win, you win, the shop owner wins, and the customers win as well. Because when they're on a commission basis, one thing that's very important, if there is a touch-up to do, if there's a redo, they're the ones doing it.
Yep.
And when that happens, their quality goes up as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we recently made that change, and I was worried how they were going to react, but yeah, they've all made more money, so everybody.
Right.
Was,
and in the end, the shop makes more money too.
Yeah, pretty easy to get on board when the checks go up.
Excellent.
So,
other than that, great shop, beautiful. What I would also change, the white walls, but at least double the lighting on the ceiling.
Yes.
When we're in the tunnel, it's nice and bright, but let's step out of the tunnel a little bit.
Yep.
The camera adjusts very well for the lighting, but at the same time, it's a little darker in here.
Mm-hmm.
So in our shops, those lights were 6 inches apart, and they were on every second row.
Yep.
And you're on every fourth row, and there's a good 20 feet between each one of them.
Right.
So the brighter it can be in here, the better quality you'll get out of everything. And it's just impressive for a customer to come in and go, wow. That where the light tunnel ends, a nice big window, so customers can see in the shop without having to walk into the shop.
Yeah, I would love more, honestly, even closer.
Right.
And have a bigger window.
Yeah, but then the light tunnel sort of gets in the way.
Yeah. So when we moved in, we did the floors, we did the drain, we did the lobby, we did the AC.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did all of that, and the lobby, none of that was there.
Right.
So.
Okay. Oh, so you built the lobby?
Yes, technically the landlord built it, but yeah, we had it built.
Okay. Yeah. So it was built to spec.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
But yeah, I would have loved a window there.
Yeah. And as time goes, if you need more space, the employee lunchroom could actually be.
Please no.
No.
I don't want more space.
No. Grow from the inside.
Yes.
So if you wanted to grow from the inside, the employee lunchroom could be up there if need be. Yeah. With that, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
We're out of here. And let's go do the final little notes in the bus. That was a great tour. Thanks to Austin. Like I mentioned inside, a little more lighting, few little things that need to be changed, but not a lot. So it definitely gets a passing grade on this one. If you like these garage audits, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you have any questions about it, or you'd like your own garage audited, leave it down below in the comments. Till then, we'll see you in the next one. Off we go. See you down the road.